Okay. Jesus. Hey.
So all this that you saw on your screen happened in Accra on 29 June 2026. Street turning into rivers, homes and businesses submerged, vehicles trapped, families stranded, and sadly, lives and properties were lost. But after the floodwaters began to recede, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, decided to take to the skies. The real question is, what did he discover? I'm Stages, and this is the deep dive on Beyond the Stage Studios. Now let's dive into the story. Following the devastating floods, President John Dramani Mahama conducted an aerial inspection of some of the worst affected areas. From the air, the extent of the destruction became more clearer. But after the inspection, the President made one statement that has sparked nationwide discussion. According to President Mahama, Accra's flooding is not only an engineering problem, it is also a discipline problem. He explained further that many drains are blocked because people dump refuse anyhow, especially plastic waste and food packaging, into gutters instead of disposing them properly. The President also said that some traditional authorities and landowners continue to sell land in waterlogged areas and natural waterways. As more houses are built in places meant to carry flood waters, the water has nowhere to go during heavy rains. Finally, the President pointed to Accra's geography. He said that the city lies near to the Atlantic Ocean and it is connected to several rivers, streams, and lagoons. During periods of intense rainfall, these water bodies can overflow, while rainwater is also flowing towards the sea. If drainage systems are blocked or overwhelmed, flooding becomes much more severe. Let's listen to the President.
The flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. It's not an engineering problem, it's a problem of indiscipline. We have drains, and everybody says, why don't you do sealed drains? But the problem is, when we do sealed drains, people drink sachet water, they eat papaya in those styrofoam plastics, and they just dump them anywhere. And these plastics wash into the drain, and they go and block the drain. And so if you have to unclog the drain, you have to remove all the drain covers and clean it out. You clean it out, you cover it again. In the next 3, 4, 5 months, they have clogged again. But that is not even the major problem. The major problem is the location of Accra. You have the Kwapim mountain range, and you have the Atlantic Ocean. Before people came to Accra, you had the Lafa stream, you had the Densu, you had the Sakumo stream, you had the Kole stream, you had the Odo stream. All of them were rainwater that falls in the mountains that flow through to the Atlantic Ocean. Then you come and build a city in the path of those streams. What do you expect the streams to do? And even if you build, leave the causeways. If you come to London, you see the canals in the city. If you go and build a house in that canal, where will the water go? It will go back into people's houses. Unfortunately, Nanan Misremu, our traditional rulers are selling plots in streets. It's not this Nananum I'm talking about. We have places they call Ramsar sites. These Ramsar sites are wetlands. And they say that migratory birds come from Europe, during the winter. They come and spend vacation with us in Africa. Then when they finish the vacation and it's summer, they fly back. And they started to protect the Ramsar sites because of the migratory birds. But let me tell you what the Ramsar sites do. They are wetlands. So when they receive the water from the Kwapim mountain range, the Ramsar sites are huge wetlands. So they absorb the water into the wetlands and discharge the water gradually into the ocean. So if you build and you fill and build, you fill and build, you fill and build, you are reducing the size of the Ramsar site, of the wetland. And so when the water comes, what is left cannot contain the water. And so it will overflow and flood people's houses. I've seen from the air, helicopter, a stream coming from the Kwapim range. And then it reaches somewhere and they've built across it. And so the stream has nowhere to continue. So it will flood your houses and flood houses of people behind. Now when government takes action and begins breaking people's houses out of the water, even in the air, we discovered many illicit dumping sites where the wetlands are. People have gone to create a waste dumping ground, and they charge 20 cedis for the aboboya to come and fill the waste into the wetlands. And when it has filled sufficiently, they sell the land to people to come and build on it. And so we need to, one, look at it from an engineering perspective in terms of how we can open up the channels, but at the same time look at how we can identify all the buildings that are obstructing the waterways. We've said this many times, I'm tired of hearing it, but anytime you begin to take action and you start breaking houses, people think that government is inhumane. But when the problem arises like this flood, it affects everybody. And so all of us have been affected because of the conduct of a few people blocking the channels and preventing the water from passing. And so we'll call a National Security Council meeting. We're asking every district to identify, together with the Works and Housing Ministry, where the blockages in the channels are as they pass through the district assemblies, so that we can earmark those places for removal. We'll not only break the houses, we have to move the rubble out of the way, because there's no use breaking a house and leaving the rubble in the waterway. It's just the same as leaving the house. And so it's going to be quite a major issue in order to resolve the problem of Accra. But
now this raises an important question. Did we get to know the causes of flooding this year? Or the causes of flooding have been known for many years? If it has been known for many years, why does Accra continue to experience the same disaster almost every rainy season? Is the problem poor planning, weak enforcement of building regulations, waste management, or combination of all the three? Join the conversation in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'm Stages, and this is the deep dive on Beyond the Stage Studios. Until our next story, stay informed and stay inspired. I'm out.